the world know the truth. Expose the lies, study the bloodline, the Aboriginal trainings, let the world know the truth. Expose the lies, study the bloodline, the Aboriginal tribe. Before the Spanish, the Dutch, and the British arrived, saying we was from Africa and stole a birthright. That's a trick move, something that a 34 would do. Claim your nationality of the land, you get screwed. So we studied your background, your treaties you wrote, fake as history. I ain't go up here on no boat, frontin' like you indigenous to the land. You disgust me. Tomahawks back in our hands, it's getting ugly. You running around screaming black power, cause it sells to the truth. Rivers fell with the bull and high hills. Native American butt hurt, can't tell, cause they know damn well the trail of tears ain't real. Respect the Aborigine, this land is all you know, you all. You still a guest, motherfucker. I have one little, two little, three little Indian grandmas, but society keep killing them, telling me myself. I have one little, two little, three little Indian grandmas, but society keep killing them, telling me myself. House nigga, real nigga, fake nigga, feel nigga. My skin ain't black, what the deal, nigga? Salute on my little shit, it's Aborigines, owners of the land and every goddamn tree and every goddamn sea. Invaders ever cross, step foot on the land and you can step the fuck off. Brave, you gon' make us swing the sacred tomahawk. Fucking around with us with that black constant. Fake pics of slave ships, that's the reference. If we African, look, you gon' need more evidence. I'm American, Aboriginal, indigenous, Djibouti DNA test. That shit is rhetoric. Stay woke, Aboriginal, get out. Your civil rights acts, all you can eat, big out. The Stockholm syndrome, make skits out. Phoenix Moon got the antidote, get that shit out. Meanwhile, rapping about my birthright, fuck a freestyle. Teach each man, each woman, each child. Black race is really Indians indeed now. Man, they indeed now. Holly dog, title 18, G goes. Pilgrims get big gold, but Phoenix and Beast Mode. Bring them up peoples out of the sleep mode. We ain't black, colors, Africans, or Negroes. I got one little, two little, three little Indian grandmas, but society keep killing them, telling me myself. I have one little, two little, three little Indian grandmas, but society keep killing them, telling me myself.
Ooh, that song still fire, still fire. Oh man, Halito, Shio, Kamawingapo, Sego. What's happening, beautiful ones? I hope everything is healthy for you. Everything is healthy for me. It's a beautiful evening in Indian country. What's happening with y'all beautiful ones? I hope everything is healthy. So we're going to talk about the belligerent aboriginals, aka the Collaborigines, right? So this beloved video, the video that Brother Two Hawks did, reiterates a lot of the things that we've already had discussions on. Again, now when he says it, people are a lot more receptive. But when Moon say, yo, y'all lawless, you can't be mad at things that were lawful. But what we can do is put ourselves in position so that we can create the laws that you don't like. But it's so much, again, people are just so used to being defeated that it doesn't register in their mind that the win is here. The win is available. They're just so used to losses that that's what they actually speak into the ether. And I don't understand why. And not only that, a lot of people want you to join into that. They want you to fucking join and commiserate with that type of shit. And I really don't understand why it's like that. They do things half-cocked. People were sending me a lot of things, and I tried to give them the best advice, right, from a legal standpoint. And I say from a legal standpoint because I've had several scraps with them, and I've learned how to win. So there's some things some skills that I've developed. Right? And none of these motherfuckers have been able to challenge me. But when they go to do these half-cocked things, these fucking long-ass affidavits that they got with all this, how they the original Aboriginal, the original of all originals and shit like that. right? These are some of the things that they say. So now they've insulted everybody. And I'm going to prove that these are the niggas that came to, these are the Marcus Garveys. These are the infiltrators. There's no way you can fuck up this grandma and grandpa thing that the Indians got going, except for fucking with these Collaborigines. They're lawless people, right? They don't have any fucking clue about how the matriarchal heritage is attached to, right? How the matriarchal culture is attached to our heritage. You could tell by the way these motherfuckers perform. You can tell by the way that they perform, right? A lot of these dudes got daddy issues. Let's talk about the real shit. That's why they looking at other men to tell them what they need to do, right? They saying that they Indian, but they still looking for other men to guide them, right? The same men that was being taught by other men that was claiming a crayon color, telling them that white people was created in a lab. I keep saying that because I can't stress how much that shit has permeated through men of color. That's why that has a lot to do with why they can't be in their positions. How are you going to get in position if you're violating the matriarch, and the matriarch is the one that appoints you to your position? I'm trying to figure that. And this is an open bill. We could kick it. Anybody want to ask any questions? Come up, make a comment or whatever. I don't know if y'all seen the Kid Cudi thing yet, the picture of Kid Cudi, but my boy is in a dress. Okay? He's in a dress. So they talking about Travis Scott. That's not even his real name. Travis Scott is a Haitian, right? His real name is Jacques Webster or something like that, right? And they're Haitian. He got the name Scott from Scott Mercury, which is Kid Cudi, right? Kid Cudi running around here in a motherfucking dress right now. So Cleveland is lit with the broke wrist shit, right? Travis Scott came from Kid Cudi, all of these rituals and shit. I don't know how these motherfuckers got all of these conspiracy theory conversations and they can't even piece the obvious together, right? Can't even piece the obvious together. But they'll follow that shit. That shit got nothing to do with the Indian, right? And this is why they don't know the difference between an Indian and an Aboriginal all these years later, right? They feel like they hurting my motherfucking feelings by not saying Indian and talking about them being fucking Aboriginal and all this other shit. I told motherfuckers for the 15th time, but I definitely did a live last week, Indigenous or not, telling you, showing the law that says where the Aboriginals are. So unless these niggas got some New Guinea, Papa, right? They got some Australian ancestry. Why in the fuck are they still calling themselves Aboriginal? They're here to fuck shit up. They thought they was here to fuck Moon up, but they really just want to collapse Indian country. These are your new Marcus Garveys. These are your new Marcus Garveys that got to get niggas to Liberia. I am not done. And the reason why I say I'm not done, I'm going to take my motherfucking time with it. The same way these niggas was trying to sneak and snake, I'm going to take my time with it. And it's so crazy because I was going through my Facebook feed and I was looking at one of my old videos, completely fucking appropriate. And it's almost as if I prophesized it, but that was just the first round of niggas. Right? It's almost like I prophesized it and it kind of bugged me out. Like, damn, this shit really came full circle. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, these niggas really, this is the shit that they're on. But look, because this isn't like the Black Panthers, right? Which was a political party that got infiltrated and they was committing crimes, robbing banks, breaking the law, doing all that type of shit. This is heritage. Heritage does not change. That's not something nobody can take from you, right? They can hide it around, switch it around, give you the wrong content, but that's not something that they can really fucking take. So I'm trying to figure out at what point are people going to do what's right? Because it's like niggas is guilty bystanders. They stood by and watched grandma and everybody get violated. All the hard work go out the window because niggas is acting like girls, right? And at this point, ladies, y'all better grab y'all a man that still like women. You can't be too picky. He might not be rich. He might not be a baller. But if he wants to have sex with women and procreate, you better grab him because these niggas here. Kid Cudi got a goddamn dress on. A wedding dress. Okay? Looking like Madonna, like a virgin out this mother. Whole lace-ass Crocs and everything. The shit is sad. But not really, because he's living in his truth. So that is less women that got to get abused because he don't really like her, right? At least he ain't using beards no more, right? So I'm not mad at his truth. I'm upset at the fact that these niggas been pretending for so long. Birds of a feather, if they really flock together, then the domino effect, Cudi ain't the only fruit one in the bowl. He ain't the only piece of fruit in the bowl. Right? So they doing all this weird shit still, and it's fascinating to niggas that just came out of black land. That's a lot of the Aboriginals' problem. They still think black. They expect black results. They behave that way, dismal, calamitous, full of guilt. You know what I'm saying? They just got this different behavior and shit. And they sit there in these fucking computers and they scream about these celebrities, the boule. These bitch ass niggas is the boule. They are a secret society against grandma. Why do these niggas get to talk about rich ass celebrities and they the fucking same ass niggas without the money? They just niggas that motherfucker the world don't know, but niggas in Indian country know them. Indian country full of weirdos, beloved. This shit full of weirdos. And yeah, Indian country's full of weirdos, and they don't belong here. They don't belong here at all. And I know there's a lot of people that know they don't belong here, but they're gonna go along to get along, thinking that we all need to be unified, right? And you know what? It's a few people that didn't answer my call. And they call me all the motherfucking time. And I got a feeling they connected to Spirit Wolf over there in Africa. Because there's a couple of motherfucking Indians, so-called Indian, one's an Indian, one's an Aboriginal, and they be fucking around with African shit, getting money off of the African shit. Yes, they do. They want to tell the truth. And when they fucking with that shit, they can't keep their mind on how to get their own shit back. Right? Right. That's a fact. That's a fact. You got people writing down shit. Listen, first of all, if you telling people that you Indian, why would you, if you going to see the people that you telling that you're Indian, why would you have to put Negro, oh, they call us black? Don't put that in nothing. You're fucking giving up your claim, right, by being lame, pretty much. Right? Because the misclassification explains that what they think about you is wrong. But the documentation on grandma proves you right. So why is people going around? You think I would have to go and explain, oh, the real Indians is the nigga? No, the real Indians is the one with the fucking documents, not the darkest one, the one with the kinkiest fucking hair. Now these niggas have turned into the white people that they said was the most racist, the most this, the most that. These niggas is that. And they're in the way. They're in the way because white people wrote all this shit down for us to do to get our shit back. And you got these niggas acting like there's no way to get your shit back. So just be mad. Just be lawless. Let's just fucking dog walk the women because we don't like what they saying about the law. This shit weird. It's weird. It's weird as fuck. A lot of these motherfuckers gonna be in jail. A lot of people are on extremist lists and they probably don't even know. If you've been running around with these motherfuckers screaming Aboriginal, you might want to run your own background check and see if your shit is caught up. You've been in these battle groups, right? You've been in these motherfucking battle groups, number of feds in there. A lot of these niggas that saying they Indians is whole rapists, on the run, pervert profiles, and all this other shit. Not even supposed to be on the motherfucking internet. They're not even supposed to have cell phones and electronic devices because of the natures of the crimes and shit that they into while they over here screaming, I'm the big motherfucking chief kahuna shit. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. These niggas is trying to build up Africa. That's why they over here kicking over speakers and pulling plugs in Indian country. They help build up Africa. So while y'all arguing with the Pan-Africans all motherfucking day, your fucking Aboriginals is over there shaking hands, making treaties, and making deals with them. How y'all feel about that? I'm interested in knowing how y'all feel about that. Right? Because they can see this whole Travis Scott story and think it's more important than what's going on in Indian country. Right? They really do. They really do. Halito Corey. Hey, Lord. Hey, sister. Mr. Waldo. Urban Amaru. Yeah. And the one with the biggest mouth. This fucking flagrant ass motherfucker. And because it was the Chiefs post, that's the only reason why I didn't drag him off there. I just put the looking eyes like, you looking ass nigga. This the same nigga that was asking how many grandmothers I got. He running around here like he done changed his name from every kind of fucking Indian in the last 2 years. From Creek to this, to that, to that, to now to Accomack. Now he this, now he that. Motherfucker, you better stay off my goddamn radar, nigga. You violate motherfuckers. I am never going to take it easy on these niggas again. They could forget that shit, right? The shit these motherfuckers pull, they could forget that. You gotta be quicker than that. You got to be quicker than that. This motherfucker Cheeks on there talking like, you nigga, you a fucking Aboriginal bitch. You ain't no goddamn Indian, nigga, right? You damn sure ain't got the spirit of an Indian, fool. Talking about somebody else got your motherfucking genealogy, bitch. Everybody who genealogy I did, I gave it the fuck back. It ain't on my computer. I'm signing disclaimers, letting them know I'm giving you your shit back, and I'll never talk about your shit and who you are and what you got going on. Right? That's why you can't find nobody bad. These niggas keep playing around. They fucking up. And they absolutely Marcus Garvey part 2. These niggas is Marcus Garvey's on the low. And they making fucking deals. And they still attached to HEMOC. They still fuck with the Malachi York. I don't give a fuck if he in jail. You know what's so crazy? Because I got the manifesto. Oh, I'm going to drag this shit. And I'm going to do it real slow. Because that manifesto that had all the natives and Pan-Africans on it now have a whole bunch of Aboriginals and shit on it. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. These niggas came to Indian country just to fold the bitch up. They figure if they can get enough people to go to jail or make it look like, ridiculous extremism and shit like that, right? They was running around with them NFAC people, right? Look at the motherfuckers they attached to. Look at who they attached to. And when you still got that black mentality, stupid shit like that excites you. Where you don't realize that shit is a distraction. So while they was watching all of these things, all of these fucking people, they still lacking in the grandma and grandpa department. Why? Why you nigga been around 4 or 5 years and can't tell you what type of Indian he is, right? Even if he's attached to 12, 20 different tribes, why the fuck don't they know the culture of their tribe that they're claiming? Right? See, these niggas got mad. They don't like the picture. I didn't make the flyer, so I don't give a fuck with the flyers, what's on the flyer, right? Because I know who's going to be there, right? Chickahominy is my nation. Why wouldn't I be there? I have Lenape ancestry. Why wouldn't I be there? See, these niggas will see the picture and see the, more the Plains or the West Coast Indian and get mad at the fucking picture like it ain't an event for an Indian that look like me. These niggas is retarded. How do they think they gonna win? I want to know, how do people think they gonna take this shit? How you think you getting your land back with the shit these niggas is talking about? Because the United States, the government, they don't got no problem giving you your shit back. But these niggas seem to have a problem telling you lies. How you getting your shit? How you getting your shit back? And then let's keep it real. Not every Indian had land. Does that fucking hurt? Does that hurt? Not every Indian had land. Now what? Aboriginals. Now what? All Indians did not have land. I gave a homework assignment a couple weeks ago. Did y'all check out the straggling Indians yet? Did you see what Indians they was calling stragglers? They couldn't keep up with their own nations because they didn't like the rules. Lawlessness will definitely get you kicked out. So some of y'all, are you sure? Are you sure grandma and grandpa ain't get kicked out the reservation, kicked out the nation for something? No, they not sure. The white man stole my land. He took everything. That's what they just seem to be sure of. And if it's the truth, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if it's just coming from rage and anger and shit, then you are not going to get anywhere. Nothing but an ulcer or have a fucking stroke because you're just raging. Right? Because you're just raging. Now is the critical motherfucking time to get your shit together. Now is a good motherfucking time to sort out who's who in your tree. Now would be a good time for you. Always should have been a good time for you to be fucking with your tribe. You're going to need somebody that's related to the same grandmother, whether it's your auntie, your great aunt, your great uncle, a cousin, somebody, that grandma that you claiming, that grandpa that you claiming, that left these 1,000 acres, underneath that grandparent is a bunch of different people, bunch of different branches and lines that's in line to get the shit that you saying is yours that the white man stole. I want to know, how have these people been telling you you're going to get your land back? I'm going to drop the link. What's up, Tyrone? I'm going to drop the link. Because people should know. People should know. Don't hang around no places where you can't get no fruit. You need to stop wasting your motherfucking time. You need to don't even waste your motherfucking time. Right? And these people going to have a hard time building tangible shit because they break the law, they commit crimes, they lie, they steal, and they so busy still trying to get over on the brother man and the other man. Epic fail. Epic fail. Motherfuckers bringing claims against states and the United States and the state of Georgia and the state of Colorado and the state of this. They bringing all these fucking claims against people and don't even have all the documentation that they need to win. But they got plenty of belligerents, mad combative, and all that other crazy shit. What up, Ty?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
Just checking in with you. Yeah, we're gonna have to start building, you know. Like we need our own media to get rid of all this quote unquote misinformation which you're seeing in the Aboriginal community. It's nothing but fucking people debating online and shit instead of like putting together some stuff so we can get rid of like this Pan-African stuff, this pro-black nonsense that's not getting Black Americans anywhere.
Well, we ain't responsible for all Black Americans. We only is responsible for American Indians. But these people still believe that they are Black Americans and they behave as such.
Yeah, and they make up whole Bantu costumes for themselves.
Listen, I'm talking about the Indians. Right? The Pan-Africans are not in our political situation. They're not in our arena. They're just here like furniture, you know, like a couch. It just sits there. That's them. What about the movement that's going around? I only care about what's going on in Indian country. I don't worry about the Pan-Africans unless it comes down to them scheming and manipulating the motherfucking Indians, such as Stacy. And if you think Stacy is the only one that got something to do with that African king, it's a motherfucking lie. And they're not going to just throw this nigga under the bus. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to throw them, drag them all. Because a lot of y'all favorite Aboriginals.
Yep, like that Dane Calloway, because he made a clown out of himself going up against Judge Slow Brown. and he easy to take care of with the information because he don't know shit, and he helped contribute
we
to
don't know what
what we
Joe
in
Brown
today.
knows. We don't know what Joe Brown knows because nobody approached him right. I do
Yeah,
know
nobody did. But he did admit that he talked. But what he tried to do was deflect from all that and libel his own relatives by claiming some Yoruba nonsense, which he can't back up. And he also appropriates Swahili language, like as if that's an identity or a nationality for claiming his Negroidness,
that's
and that's
all he
not gonna
knows.
help.
But niggas never tried to educate him, right? That's all he knows. So the first reaction is to just go at that elder. He said he Choctaw, so that means there's a faint memory there, right? This is how they do
Yeah.
their own people, and that's why their own people don't fuck with them. He got a fake memory of Choctaw, and instead of trying to make him remember grandma, right?
Or stand 10 toes down on that shit and do the research.
Yo,
Like actually,
this man has
actually,
research. Think about who he is, though. He
yeah,
has been in the what do you call it? The segregation era, right? So his
yeah,
experiences are completely different than our experiences, right? So what did he have to go through to be
absolutely,
a judge, to be a lawyer, to be a judge, to do all of these things? There's a certain way that he had to be. So there's a bunch
yeah.
of research and a bunch of studying he did, and because he was a judge, he probably wasn't doing genealogy, right?
Nope, he wasn't,
But the
and he
good
don't know
thing,
nothing about it.
like
He
him,
trusting DNA tests.
the way to approach somebody like him, why ain't nobody do his genealogy or offer to do it? You just go straight into to disrespecting a fucking elder.
Yeah,
That's
and wanting to fight him for no reason because they stuck in that stupid lane. Because I got relatives like that be on that stupid shit where they knew that they was Indians and they relatives told them that shit, but they wanted to learn something else outside of them because they was stuck on stupid with that whole
that's what makes me
usual
know.
Pan African
No,
tale of them
no,
getting
no,
into
I
that
gotta stop
Tarzan
you.
shit.
I gotta stop you. They had Collaborigines around, confusing them.
Yeah,
They had niggas around confusing them. They broke this shit down. Blame it Dwight and people being stupid. They was encouraged by niggas that's around acting like they down for the cause.
absolutely.
They're the problem. They're the problem. White people wrote down all the rules and ways that we can get our shit done. These niggas act like white people stole everything, raped everybody, and there's no way out. They the problem. They're the problem. They're the problem. And they've
Yeah,
been around our ancestors, they've been around our elders doing all of this crazy shit, talking about white people being created in the lab and shit like that.
yeah,
And this is why they go off half-cocked and wild, belligerent, combative, and just fucking nutty. They're lawless too. They think that they can take all their land back based off of the blanket story. They stole all our land. It's a different type of Kunta Kinte syndrome with these motherfuckers. Like that picture, they all thought that they were slaves, right? Now they all think that they had land stolen from them. Why can't you prove it? If you
yeah,
make a claim, you got to be able to prove it. Don't go off half-cocked. You got to have your deed, who was living there from the time, this time to that time, when did they leave, if people got ran off the land, if people got killed for being on the land and got ran off. You got to have so many motherfucking details, right?
yeah,
So it comes down to, and then this is another thing. You got to go for something of some based off of something that's still present, right? So
yeah,
the state of Georgia is still present. The United States is still present. But the nigga that stole your granddaddy land, John Jones Gresham, he's dead. Now
yeah.
what you gonna get?
Nothing because you ain't find out who his descendants are.
200 years ago when grandpa and them lost the shit, how are you going to be able to sort it back? You can't charge a dead man with murder. And then there's this whole adverse possession thing because you abandon your shit. You've been gone for 20 years. So the neighbor, the people over here, they got a right to keep closing in on your land. Hey, they're not cutting their grass over there. It's been years. It looks like a jungle. My house looks nice. These people ain't been here in decades. And now they're making
And
it
niggas want to run to Africa and say, "Oh, my land over there. We gotta get some jewels over there."
They're gonna run their lawnmower over there on that abandoned land that niggas didn't tend to, right? And now it becomes their shit. And here come the Indian, wake up after 50 motherfucking years of Rip Van Winkle sleep, talking about I want my land back. Nigga, what land? What land? What land? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like the rationale is really bizarre. Or there isn't any. There isn't any. And it's really not that fucking complicated. So being that they keep complicating it, these niggas is here to fuck it up, not fix nothing. Look at the behavior. Look at their behavior. It's not about favorites. It's about truth and realness and who can get some shit done. No need to be linking up with people that can't get nothing done but bullshit. Everything they touch turn to shit because that's what they aspire for. That's what they're waiting for. Shit. No, they do this, they do that. Shit. They want shit, they get shit. And then they don't like the shit they get. If they want justice, they can't give justice. They don't give justice. They don't give justice. They fuck with niggas that steal from people right in front of them. They don't want no justice. You can't want justice and you just let justice slip by somebody else. Who are they kidding? Mm-hmm. Who are they kidding? Who are they kidding? I steal your fucking cartoons, right? And all these motherfuckers know that I stole your cartoons and I get a deal with ABC and they all come working with me. Ain't that some bullshit?
Yep.
Right. That's the type of shit these niggas did, and that's what they do. So that's how I know they Aboriginals. They're not Indians, right? And the thing with the 5 civilized tribes, if y'all got y'all land patents, y'all got y'all allotments and stuff, I'm going to say this one more again. Take your ass home. Because once you have that, you got a whole different set of problems that the rest of us misclassified Indians don't.
Yeah.
Right? So they still have to work for their shit on the inside. They refuse. They refuse to do it because they hate who's over there. But they will get into these tribes with these motherfuckers that's on the FBI extremist list. These same niggas that was Washita, Onondaga, the Manjab niggas. These same niggas that was Nuwapian from the planet Risk, right? These same niggas, right? So this is why it's 55, 65-year-old motherfuckers. And just because they don't sit on side of the couch and they sit over here in Indian country, they are very much the same people as the motherfuckers on the couch.
Yeah.
In thought.
I don't know why they had to do that fraudulent shit like NAAIP, HEMOC, Sheila, like.
Yeah, well,
that's just gonna make us look fucking bad.
That's creating these tribes right now is attached to that nigga. The rest of these motherfuckers that's attached to these fake ass tribes got all of this shit from him. But it don't matter because niggas think they going to the top. They think they going to the top with the shit. Get mad because they see shit to read over. And when I see a whole bunch of hey, you know, Phoenix, can you look at this? What do you think about this? And when I see Aboriginal 10 times, original 10 times, and all in the first paragraph, I know it's some bullshit. I know it's some bullshit. And I just find a nice way to say, hey, I'm not participating, but if I was you, I would change this, I would change that. And then they get mad. Phoenix don't know what she talking about. Yes, the fuck I do. I ain't seen none of these motherfuckers win no cases without all this thousands of Moorish paperwork and doing this and trying to slam liens on every motherfucking body and all this other crazy shit. Never do all that. Why are they doing it? What's different? What part of the world are they in? What part of the world?
I'm not sure about.
To do all this.
Yeah, I don't agree with that Aboriginal stuff, but yeah, I feel where they going at because a lot of niggas is just neglected and they want some restitution. But at the end of the day, they don't know how to get it.
Right. And then they think they could motherfucking be mad at the motherfuckers that do know how to get it.
Yeah.
Be mad at the motherfuckers that do know how to get it and hang around the motherfuckers that ain't got shit on their back fucking pockets.
Absolutely.
That's fucking weird. So that goes to show they're here for a dog and pony show. They're not really here to get some respect on their name. And they moving slow as snails and shit. Like we don't got a really small window to get all this work done for the next 7 generations.
Yeah. And we can't just be debating these Pan Africans and Native Americans forever. We got to get some shit done.
I don't. I've been stopped that years ago. I don't. I've been
because
stopped
they ain't
that
doing shit. Nobody in either other community ain't doing shit but just arguing about the same shit every day.
They got
like they don't.
They got
their
their
little
community shit going on that they brought over here. They got their black shit that they brought over here, and they desecrating the building. And then for the ones that know who they are, they call themselves warriors. They call themselves chiefs and shit. And there's no defense at the borders. How?
Yeah.
How? Where these niggas at that's stopping these Collaborigines from coming over here kicking grandma fucking Longhouse over? They ain't none. But everybody's supposed to stick together to go and take down the white when these niggas is the reason why a nigga losing shit.
Yeah.
Right? So regardless of how people feel about it, just like I said before, the law don't give a fuck about nobody's feelings. Really doesn't. The law don't just subscribe to people's feelings. And somehow they think that they got to cut corners to get something that's righteously belong to them. If they really believe that it's some righteous shit that they got to go for, why are they doing all this backdoor shit? Why are they doing all this underhanded criminal
because that stuff is not going doing the easy way out is not going to help us at all. It's just going to make us all look like criminals and thugs like these Europeans.
They ain't going to make us all look like that. I don't go to their pages. I don't listen to them. I've been deleting these motherfuckers off the friends list. I really want my fucking pictures down from these motherfuckers. Right? And a lot of motherfuckers is lucky I don't headbutt their ass. I'm really disgusted that they even got close. Because they full of shit and they wasted motherfucking time. They ain't got no guts, no glory, and no loyalty, and no coof. Fuck them and feed them Franks. And I mean that shit. I mean that shit. I wholly mean that shit. Right?
Yeah, a lot of these cats weren't there in the Google Plus days. Like, shoot, I don't know why people betraying people that started this whole African Americans ain't African stuff. Like, I think they forgot because they want to big up people like Dane Calloway when he was just using this shit for just to make celebrity. He wanted to be a celebrity.
So don't the rest of these niggas. Why is he any more wrong than anybody else? He's not any more wrong. At least he got something to come with to bring to the fucking table. He got something to bring to the table. The rest of these niggas don't. He got something to bring to the table. The rest of these niggas ain't got shit going on. Who's the killer? But nobody tried to make a workaround, right, to where they can try and see if who's who that they can work with, regardless if they don't like everything they say or do or whatever. When it comes down to the common goal, right, there's going to be people that could be cohesive. Nobody ever tried that. Nobody ever tried that. And all I know right now, who these oppressors are, and it's these niggas. And I ain't gonna single him out because he ain't want no more than the rest of these niggas want, but they're willing to go every stinking route to go get it, right? These niggas is suck penis, just phallus, just to get some YouTube likes. If Lil Wayne did it to Baby to get that money, what you think these niggas is doing? I'm tired of them. All these niggas is so disrespectful. Nigga, I know what they like, and it ain't women. They done talked about every kind of woman. You done talked about the pretty girls, the ugly girls, the bald girls, the fat girls, the ones with long hair, the ones light skin, the dark skin. They like men. They like men. They like men, and they're waiting for a man to tell them what to do. That's not part of the heritage.
No, we matriarchal people. Like, you learn the mother is the first teacher of the child. I guess. I don't know what's wrong with these guys today.
Yeah. Well, they ain't had no good rearing. right? And then, you know, enough for nothing, these women ain't wrapped too fucking tight neither.
Yeah,
They ain't wrapped
that's
too
true too.
motherfucking tight neither. And these niggas know that they're not wrapped tight, and you know, they just like being fucking toxic together. And right now, it is a whole team of people. They may look like different little squads, but they all the same, and they all against the Indian. And I'm waiting for the rest of these waiting for the rest of y'all to be able to identify who's who out this bitch. I'm waiting for the rest of the people to be like, damn, who's who?
Yeah.
Who's who? Who's
I
the
don't even
Indian? Who's
know.
the
I don't even know
collaboration?
why they wanted to split off from saying they American Indian. I don't know why they wanted to just
They
say,
could
"Oh,
never attach
Aboriginal,
themselves to
Aboriginal."
American Indian because they didn't do their genealogy. They came for the
Yeah,
wave. They came here because this shit sounds so good. It sounds so fucking cool. And we was on fire, trailblazing, right? We was
yeah,
trailblazing this shit. We made people interested. My mother said, baby, don't go promoting. Make it by attraction and not promotion.
yeah.
Yeah. And it was attractive. And people dropped their kente cloth and came over here and tried to pick up a feather, but they didn't want to do the work to actually earn
Nope.
the feather. And they kind of
Like,
just stayed around, hopping from channel to channel and place to place to place, listening to a bunch of mixed up fucking dope lies and shit.
yeah, from
And here
different
it is,
factions,
years
like the
later, these niggas
Hebrews, the
ain't got a
Moors, and the
motherfucking thing.
Egyptians. Yep.
They ain't got shit. They ain't
I
got
don't
shit.
know. I don't know why when it comes to this American Indian stuff, they always gotta talk about other stuff like Hebrews,
That's the
Moors, and
smoke screen.
Egyptian,
They
Pan
have
African
to talk
stuff.
about other stuff because they don't know their shit.
Yeah,
And if
they
they
never.
did study, they studied one line
Yeah,
of their family, right? And they turned around and got their people asking me, how many grandmothers and grandfathers do you got? Bitch, the same amount as everybody else.
yeah.
Except that I've been looking for 20 something years and you just started looking last year. How are we going to compare that? We can't. There ain't no comparing that.
No,
I
and
never
you
went
gotta
over
do.
there with
You gotta
Kente
do. And the
Cloth.
thing is, they shouldn't be relying on just you or these Negroes that's out here selling fake packages. They gotta do it themselves.
But they called
I'm
me a
doing my.
scammer. They called me a scammer,
Yeah,
right?
that don't
When
make.
this nigga Skyhand, right? Do y'all
Yeah,
remember? Like, do niggas forget? The nigga fucking got this bitch Naughty to create a Phoenix page. He made her use my name. They was passing out this fucking paperwork and people was thinking it was my tribe. These niggas is set you up. And if they
yeah,
didn't send it to somebody that was like, this don't sound like Phoenix. Hey, is this your sister shit? Is this your cousin shit? Hell no. And what I had to do, go and make a fucking denouncement. Announcement. Phoenix ain't got no motherfucking tribe. And it definitely wouldn't be no motherfucking strangers. The tribe that I got is all my grandmother's fucking bloodline relatives. That's my
yeah.
tribe. I ain't out here claiming
Absolutely.
all these other motherfuckers and shit. I only claim my cousins. And any motherfucker that I'm calling cousin, bitch, they my motherfucking cousins. And at
Yeah,
some point, we got the same grandparents. But you see, the Collaborigines, they get mad and they want to know how they been finding all these cousins and shit. Nigga, because we grinding on these grandma and grandpas. Grinding. While they
yeah,
sitting here talking about white people created in the lab and oh, the white man raped us and oh, the white man did this and the white. While they're talking about that, we like, Grandpa, where you at? That's what we doing. That's what
yeah.
we doing. That's why we know what we know and they know what they know.
And they
Where's
act like
the
that you ain't out here in the street. They act like that you not out in the street grinding and working with people to help them find stuff. Because I met you in person.
Yep. Yep. You
Yeah,
sure did. You sure did. These niggas was calling me a man and shit.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah. They was calling me a man. Yep. And
That
they let
makes
niggas call me a man because they like men. They like men.
they
That's
don't
why
know
they
what
won't stop
a. I
them.
don't think these guys know what a real woman looks like because that makes no sense.
These niggas is disgusting. They
Yeah,
know. They just don't like what I got. They like Franks. Fuck. They like Franks. That's their business. It's niggas
Yeah.
that like Franks, but they respect grandma. And to be honest, they'll make better chiefs than these niggas that's calling themselves chiefs. That's a fact.
Well, what embarrassed me the most was that sister Becky. Who put her ass out there?
I don't know, but I don't want to talk about none of them. I ain't got no shots with Becky. Right? Everybody get what they came for, one way or another.
Well, that whole Judge Joe Brown debate it just is embarrassment.
That ain't the worst. The worst shit is what's happening in Indian country. I
Yeah.
don't need the smoke screen or that bullshit to let me know what's going on because they creating a diversion and shit. Meanwhile, you got these Aboriginals making treaties with African kings. So while these niggas is Phoenix Moon is a man, they smoke screening for they nigga that they got the contract with. They got the contract with the nigga got the contract with the fucking fanfights. It's fruitless. You can't look at these niggas and take them fucking seriously no more. The jig is up. Y'all don't come nowhere near me. Don't ask me for shit if you ain't got your motherfucking grandma and grandpas together. I'm not wasting my time. I'm going to suggest niggas stay out some of these groups. Look at your company. Do a background check. That's why I got on Sonetta and said my motherfucking first and last name, right? I ain't got nothing to motherfucking hide.
I ain't got shit to hide either. I carry my fucking surname, Leung. I ain't hiding that Chinese shit in my family, but it's there. I can't change who I am.
And
but
neither
that's
can
what these
they.
Pan-Africans and Mongol-centrics attack me for, saying, oh, you calling us Mongoloid, but you got a Mongoloid grandfather. Okay, and?
I don't even... like I said, I'm not. I don't attack.
Yeah,
I only pounce on oppressors, right?
Yeah, I do pounce on oppressors. I pounce on people that's over there hiding shit and want to lie and be disingenuous about the real information.
These niggas don't want real information. They was talking about Lemuria and bleeding rocks, for goodness sakes.
Yeah, and fucking niggas and shit like that. Like, what the fuck does niggas got to do with you being American Indian? That's some whole Asian shit, but you want to deny saying Indian, but you want to say Aborigine.
They ain't got not one fucking document that say Aborigine nothing. And they still running with that. If it was 5 years ago,
they're running with the 1828 definition thing, and that's not the only tangible thing out there.
That 1828 definition thing is over. It used to be referred to the copper-colored Americans, to the copper-colored. It's no longer them. But now we refer to the Europeans. That's why we're American Indians. Legally. See, the way legally, the law doesn't work off of these niggas, how they feel about things. And that's why they always get their ass whipped. Perpetually. Right? And then for them to say that they was creating these white people in the motherfucking lab, and now all of a sudden your science experiment is smarter than you. Is that what you're saying? You want me to believe that your fucking silly putty that you had in a Petri dish has now grown into this big ass machine that can't none of us beat? These niggas is supremacists, okay? They're black supremacists.
Yeah. And black supremacy was created by this European to push us up out of America. That's the thing right there. We need to stop using that whole supremacist ideal and just stick with us being the natural people of the landmass.
They can't do that because it's a defense mechanism. You will cripple these niggas if you take away all of the mustered up anger. They've been trained, they've been raised to think that white people have done everything bad to them. That they will watch me get raped by 10 niggas and then go to their fucking barbecue like nothing ever fucking happened and tell me to just, well, it was only 10 of them. It wasn't 12 that did that to you. Just, it's going to be okay. That's how these bitches are. They ain't even supportive either. They be right over there with the same niggas, you know. They'll wipe the motherfucking blood
but
off
with
and
that, when you say that, it's
somebody up. That's how these bitches got that
when you
spirit.
say that, when you say put it like that, it reminds me of these Pan Afri clowns sitting up there saying that they some rape Bantu Africans, shitting on their own grandparents. That's what that remind me of.
There's nothing they could do over here but distract the Indian from figuring out what the fuck he got going on. Cause them niggas ain't got shit over there neither. They ain't got nothing going on over there. Well, nothing the fuck that I want, and definitely not no place where ain't no fucking running water. You got me fucked up. It's not my problem. That's not my
Sometimes I
problem.
feel like Brandon Hammond in that movie Soul Food.
I just feel that people have come way too far to really just be nowhere.
Yeah.
And then they think that they could blame the community for what they supposed to be doing with their family offline. So if the community is only online to them, then you know damn fucking well they not fucking with their family. They looking for other families that got shit so they can hug on and grab onto their motherfucking ankles. Well, my mother and them won't speak to me, so I'm gonna go join the cut a nigga chada holla tribe.
They need to fix what's going on in their family. That's the thing right there. We need to start healing our relationship with our own relatives, because a lot of shit today is just fucked up and people only just get together on fucking funerals and not enough family reunions.
The people that hurt the most are the family, then these fucking outsiders, right? Then Dwight is last on the motherfucking list. But you can't even get to Dwight because you got to fight family and you got to fight these fucking skin folks. They make you scrap. You can't just mind your business and be easy. You can't be loving and generous and be truthful and honest. They don't like that. They coming from a place of getting over. They coming from a cutthroat place. So they think that they could bring all this shit here into grandma's house. That's how you know these are niggas that was getting grandma's house raided, selling dope and shit out on her fucking porch and shit. You know these type of fucking people. They minimize shit. This one, they got caught with just a couple of grams of cocaine. And, you know, this one, he was only drinking. He only had 4 beers. And, you know, the police took him away. And this, bitch, you need to go to jail. Fuck you getting in a car drunk driving for? I'm supposed to feel like, oh, because you my brother, it was okay? Because you look like me, it's all right? Nigga, you fucking fuck. But if a drunk driver a white drunk driver spent out of control and killed one of their motherfucking kids, they would look at it objectively. This is how you know they have no balance. Because in order to receive justice, you have to be able to get it. In order to get mercy, you have to know when to get it. These niggas is merciless. They ain't got no justice. They will watch somebody get fucking raped and do nothing about it and hang out with the rapist and shame the victim. Cover up yourself, girl. They come here. You can still fix your shirt. They only pulled one bar strap off. That's how they are. Handle motherfuckers all the way wrong. Handle wrong. That's how you can tell they're not the soul people. I just want them to stop fucking lying. Stop lying. They need to go. Right? These niggas was ones, and this is the thing. These motherfuckers, when I call for you in the morning, you will come. These niggas is voluntary slaves. They're voluntary slave. What Stacy did, he is a voluntary slave to that African king. If I call you in the morning, you will come. If you call me in the morning, I will come. If I tell you to come to me in the night, and if you don't listen to what I say, then death to you and your children and the generation, the ancestors of this land, not his own ancestors. He's disconnected from them because he's in Africa now. So now you got to deal with their ancestors.
Same with these Jabali Munenes and Pan-African Think Tank, all these other idiots that run over there to Africa telling Black Americans, oh, y'all need to come to Africa. Y'all trying to keep us away from getting to the figurative Africa.
They over there stealing land and colonizing over there.
Yeah.
They are.
And then they contemplate going to war against
niggas to buy land over there and get murked. And they turn the shit over to them African warlords. They get murked over there. right? That African
And they
king.
think everybody
Let me show
sacred
y'all
and
this
nothing
motherfucker.
can go wrong with these Africans, and that's not how we should do things. Like they over here contemplating trying to go to war on Africa to claim a nation, a black ethno state within Africa, even though Africa does not really want you. They just only want your money.
Nah, you can't say that about the whole place. It doesn't matter what they want. These niggas said that they was here for grandma. Why are they worried about what Africans want and not figuring out what it is that the Indians supposed to have? That's not healthy
Yeah.
in the mind to keep focusing on these niggas that got no rights, no titles to this motherfucking land. They're very limited in what they could do. All they could do is this and type. That's it.
Yeah.
Or they
Same.
can get the American niggas to help steal our kidneys and sell it on the black market over there.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. I'm worried
Absolutely.
about the Pan-Africans calling me African is the least of my worries. Worried about the Pan-Africans paying these American Indians or these American Negroes saying that they Indians to fucking rape me, kill me, and take my kidney? Yeah, I got a problem with that.
Yeah.
That's what I got a problem with. A problem that these niggas been fucking with Hemok all this time and they ain't never fucking punched that nigga in the face. These niggas lame.
They didn't say anything when he was out here scamming people from the jump. They just waited
They
until
were
years
still
later.
attached to him. That's why. And they got scared because
Yeah.
I was all over this country looking for that nigga for my $75. And you remember when these niggas, when I brought up Colinago, you remember how these niggas attacked me, right? Then you got this little piss color nigga from Chicago that act like he was a part of the let's get at these niggas that's scamming. Nigga, he is a part of the fucking scam. That was a
Yeah.
whole setup. That little bitch ass nigga that I named my fucking son over there in Chicago. My little foster kid over there. Came in talking about Colinago, and I came to do this with the scammers and blah, 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 and end up sitting right over there, sucking wow phallus. With the scammers. With the scammers. Now, I got pictures of motherfuckers that I would never think was with these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Right? And I ain't gonna
Absolutely.
expose that nigga. I'ma just let him fry. He looking fried any motherfucking way.
Yeah. And
Fried.
another thing, I don't know why people want to turn on Dane now when they didn't say anything back then, knowing he was out
You know
there
what?
plagiarizing African Americans ain't African.
In all realness and truth, do we know if that
Yeah.
was him? Because since 2015, he been saying talk to my accountant or talk to my people or whatever. Who knows? If he got other people working for him, anybody could have set that nigga up with that. Now that's just real shit. I'ma keep it 1,000. That's just real shit. He might not have known what the fuck was going on. Did y'all do this? A nigga that sit at the top is putting down orders and you expect your subordinates and shit to carry that shit out, right? But it might have been one of them niggas like, well, let me just put this in there. Right? Or they thought that or somebody that he trusted to think that was going to do something right. And they end up slipping in Hemok shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I'm not going to put this all on that man. He ain't my problem. He's not my problem. And he ain't really
Absolutely.
none of these Indians' problems neither.
Yeah.
I can put my personal shit to the side to tell the fucking truth. He ain't the fucking problem. He's just a nigga they want to blame for every fucking problem.
Yeah,
Right.
he's not to blame for everything, but he's the one that fell recently.
Yeah.
Because he made the quote unquote Aborigine community look stupid in front of them fucking American Indian Defense Leagues and these final battle clowns that keep trolling them.
That final battle shit was really just poison. It was recreation. I hope niggas know that. It was really recreation, right? And let me tell you what happened as a result of us putting all that information in there. You got these Aborigines, right? Collaborigines that stole the drop and came to YouTube and act like it's their information. Act like they stayed up for hours researching and shit. No, they didn't. They did 10-hour lives talking shit about everybody and their mother, talking about every kind of matriarch, except them shitty bitches that they got sitting with them. Shitty scamming bitches. Long titty hoes. Yes, I said it. Yes, I said it. I'm not gonna be nice at all. I don't have to be. So anybody new that you bring over to my channel, let them know these niggas tried to kill, these niggas stole, these niggas did a lot of shit to me. So I don't have to be nice. Don't act like you come to this page and be like, hey, why is that lady always turned up? Because these niggas try to stop my clock. That's why I'm turned up. Right?
Yeah.
All of these niggas is right in a position right now to get RICO. Title 18 out this motherfucker. Yes, they are. And you know, being that they did all this fly shit on the computer and shit, cybercrime.
Mm-hmm.
So now I don't even got to worry about it. And the Indian is too federal, right? So how do these niggas think they getting away with it? Because all they little secret conversations that they had on them Zoom meetings and shit is a conspiracy. They ready to roll. They ready to roll. Let me know how they feel. Let me know. Let me know. Hold on, I'm getting something to drink. Right?
Well,
You know how real they want to keep it, because they don't know the motherfucking law, and everything is getting returned to sender, right? Everything getting returned to sender. All these niggas was snuggled up, acting like friends. When my sister went in the ground, these niggas was acting up. When my godmother went in the ground, these niggas was attacking Moon. It was because the niggas that I brought with me, the same bitch ass, faggoty ass niggas that I had on my fucking platform, giving them an opportunity to grow, right? These motherfuckers was telling the other ops what's going on so that they can come at me at the time that I need everybody just to leave me alone. I don't gotta love none of these niggas. I did already. And they abused it and lost it. Now
you really didn't have to do the grandma killer tour. You could have just kept that shit to yourself and just let them niggas just be themselves
that
out there.
nigga
Really.
begged me to hold the camera. Begged me to hold the camera. Begged. I got it. I could do it. I could do it. Nigga, you a cameraman. So buying a camera, if you're a cameraman, you need that whether you work with me or not. And all of them niggas was around just to do what the fuck they did, try and steal our fucking shit and take their whole show on the road. That's what they did.
That's not what this community is supposed to do. We're supposed to have our shit together.
They're no longer in this community with me and the people that follow the law and know the fucking what to do. They're a part of the confused motherfuckers that's just gonna sit there acting like, well, when we gonna get something going, y'all? Motherfucker, when you gonna get something going, bitch?
Yeah.
These niggas ain't got no fucking track record. I'm over it. Playtime over. I don't give a fuck if they 65, they 92. If you fucking up, grandma, grandpa, I'm fucking shout you out too. I don't.
Well, how about this, Phoenix? How about this? We gonna leave these niggas in the dust and we gonna work on making something happen. That's what we gonna do.
They don't want to tell the truth.
Yeah.
They could be mad. They gonna be talking real low soon, right? These niggas got PPP loan. Just wait for it. If they don't got nothing to hide, there is no reason why you should not know who the fuck you dealing with.
Absolutely.
Right? These motherfuckers doing people genealogy and holding on to it. And just tell a motherfucker, oh, you a Shatta Okla. You my tribe. Nigga, you was a goddamn lying to these motherfucking people.
Yeah.
There is no we. I only fuck with family. I'm only fucking with family. Straight
That's what you gotta do for now on, because we don't know people like that. You gotta stick with your family first, and maybe if you got time, help somebody out. But right now, worry about your kinfolk.
I've been helping motherfuckers while my aunt was on her deathbed. I'm sitting in the hospital looking across from her, and these motherfuckers will call me with some shit. I was always available. I will shoot these niggas in their motherfucking neck. They better stay away from me. They better stay away from me. These niggas done threatened me, all types of shit. I done gave these niggas so much drop, paid for these niggas' websites, these bitch ass, bum ass niggas, nothing muffin ass niggas, but they couldn't really activate the shit because they was busy trying to take my information, snake me, and do their own thing. Well, nigga, you should have been doing your own thing before I met you. Why did you need to meet me to get inspired to do your own thing, you hoe? Acting like you was the illest nigga in Nebraska. These niggas is soft.
Absolutely.
They're soft. And they don't represent.
But with that, Phoenix, I gotta go. I'm building with Young Noble. I gotta make this show get off because I'm writing the script for my TV show. But I'll talk to you later on when you have another podcast.
Yes, indeed. You
or
take
in
care.
private. You have
All
a
right.
nice, wonderful evening,
Thank you,
Miss
beloved.
Phoenix.
You take care, beloved. Be safe.
You too.
All
Bye.
right. Bye. Yeah, they play too much. They play too much. Play too much. I gotta be careful out here. These niggas ain't for what they say they for. You know what I'm saying? They not for what they say they for. And now it's like I'm not gonna be sitting here pointing fingers at a motherfucker that didn't throw a rock at me. I'm not gonna do that. Right? And these niggas always try to cause a fucking riot somewhere where there ain't one. But when it's a fire right there in their face, these bitches is throwing fucking lighter fluid on it. Right? Lighter fluid. So today need to be the last day these motherfuckers that ain't got no New Zealand or Australian ancestry say Aboriginal. And say Aboriginal, maybe hold on to it until you find your Indian. Because don't go saying you Indian if you can't prove it. And the minute you find where you belong, you need to figure out how you're going to make that work for you for the next 7 generations. Everybody got a job to do, not just fucking Phoenix Moon, not just me, not just everybody got a fucking job to do. And it's going, you got 120 years worth of work to do. Who you going to put that shit on? How long is motherfucker going slow G with that shit? You watching a 10-hour video with a bunch of scumbags yelling at the top of their fucking lungs, calling people homeless and shit. A motherfucker, they call a motherfucker with 4-5 houses homeless and shit. Just because they don't know what the situation is, right? And then you motherfuckers, you think that a nigga's supposed to trade their fucking dignity, one shred of their dignity to what? Give an explanation of why a motherfucker ain't been online for 3 weeks? That's some sick shit. Got me fucked up. A motherfucker will literally call because they ain't seen me online in 2-3 days. But I don't recall them calling when I really was grieving or going through something. These niggas is full of shit. They full of shit. Lost 7 motherfucking people. These motherfuckers ain't call and say, hey, you all right? Everything okay? Is there anything I could do? How you feel, Phoenix? Oh, where you been, girl? I ain't seen you online. What? Crying my eyes out. I got fucking another funeral. 7 dead motherfuckers. What the fuck are you talking about? Who's inviting these fucking Collaborigines to go sit down somewhere? The only place they gonna go is the United Nations. The United Nations will have anybody and everybody. And that's what they'll use to charm you into joining some fake ass motherfucking tribe. We went to the United Nations. The United Nations is filled with all the flagpoles of the same motherfucking people that infiltrated our motherfucking country. What you think they gonna do? The United Nations, the same Africans that these niggas is arguing with, right, in these battle groups, is at the United Nations. Their chiefs, their bosses is at the United Nations. What are you getting over there? What is the United Nations gonna do? They're gonna enforce something, right? These niggas so busy jacking content. They posted up the thing that I posted regarding the Lenape and them going to bring the United States up in court, right, at the UN. But the U.S. didn't show up to court. There was no dissertation. They just shared the shit, right, because it was my drop. But they don't have no dissertation or nothing. So in the mind, it looked like a win, a win, a win. But I'm just sitting there like, these niggas don't know law. First of all, there was nobody there to unite. You can't have a trial on somebody's behalf and they don't know they on trial, right? They don't know that they're on fucking trial. The United States didn't even know that the United Nations is doing this. They didn't send nobody. So who was the representative? Who was the United States attorney? Who was standing in place for the United States to be brought up on charges by the United Nations? Do that even fucking sound right? No. But let me tell you how I know where that shit comes from. It comes from them dealing with them Washitas, them Hemocs, them Moors, them this, them that's. That's where they think they got some fucking, that's what a lot of people think that. So when they're sharing that Instead of breaking down, and they sharing that, but the same people, the Lenape, like the sister that I posted in the picture, they was all talking shit about her. But they can take that article and post it and brag about it. You see how fucking full of shit they are? And I'm talking about Mabel King. Y'all know Mabel King. Don't nobody bring me no bad news. Remember in The Wiz? You know the fat bitch that be sitting there yelling, the one with the throat problem. People is weird. Weird time over. Weird time over. Truth time's up. Weirdo shit. Getting the fuck from around. Getting the fuck from around. Right? You cannot be scared of the government, because in order to get to the tribe, you have to form a government. You have to have bylaws, a constitution. You have to have legislative, executive, all of these things set up. Right? You got to have these things set up. The United States is not saying you can't be all the Indian you say you are, but there's a certain outfit that you have to put on. Right? Same way, if these niggas think they're going to get reparations, that's another thing. These niggas is still kind of jealous of ADOS, because if it looked like they might really get a check. And the Collaborigines will jump off this grandma and grandpa American Indian bandwagon to go and get that $250,000, and they think they can run their little stinking booty asses right back over here and be like, American Indian first, Americans first. They full of shit. I got pictures of these niggas with Colinago and all of that. That little fat young motherfucker ain't even 30 and look dirty as fuck. Little fat motherfucker, unhealthy nigga with his fat ass girlfriend with them hot ass plastic go-go boots. And her fucking ankles as big as my goddamn thigh. Unhealthy ass nigga, not even 30 years old, looking like a fucking scab. I got pictures of you and my dead homegirl that y'all captured, and she dead now. I'll fuck y'all up. The feds do need to be here, because bitches is dead fucking with these Aborigines. Bitches is dead. They land is stolen. They died broke and fucked up. When you met them, they had money. They was Indian. They died broke. Aborigines around their company. Yes, I'm saying it. Shots fucking fired. I hope the feds is in the building, because you bitches is killers and crooks for real. Grandma killers and crooks for real. So while y'all looking online at different channels talking about conspiracy theories, bitch, the conspiracy is right in your motherfucking face. Right in your face. Yes, they was. I hope y'all wasn't on them Zoom calls. I hope none of these motherfuckers was on them Zoom calls. Because everything, these don't delete nothing, because they can get all of it. They can get it all. These niggas thought they was going Malcolm X Moon. Thought they was going to do that. Get your hand on my pocket, nigga. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. I am never going to calm down. Never going to calm down. I'm never going to forgive you, motherfuckers. And I'm going to keep talking about it, because if I stay quiet, then there's somebody else coming up that you'll try and do the same shit to. See, because that's the thing with them. This is the same thing that they did, right? And they tell a reverse story. Go back to Marcus Garvey and James Wormley. James Wormley being the first person of color that was an FBI agent. If J. Edgar Hoover didn't stop Marcus Garvey, where y'all niggas would have been? Where would the 5 million of them motherfuckers been? Right? Where they would have went? Where they would have been? You think you're going to do all of this shit lawless, and the United States shouldn't fuck you up? Is that what the fuck these niggas think? You shouldn't get fucked up. You shouldn't get fucked up when you fucking up? Is that what they think? Because these niggas fucking up. They're making it very hot for you. And these motherfucking natives, if they was in Alabama changing the records, how come these Collaborigines and shit don't remind you of the easy things to talk, easy targets to get. Right? The state of Alabama. Niggas from the state of Alabama got a whole claim that has nothing to do with them being Choctaw, Chickasaw, Cherokee, Creek. The thing about Alabama is they said that anybody that's listed as mulatto is of Indian issue. Why are you still talking shit? See, when you find those Alabama relatives that have that condition, you take that law, that information, and that law that Alabama wrote saying that when they call somebody mulatto in the state of Alabama, they're saying they're of some type of Indian descent. Shouldn't that be enough for you to go take your beef to Alabama? Your beef ain't with the United States yet. Not just yet. Your beef is with Alabama because that's your ancestors' country. So after you finish fucking up Alabama or feel that Alabama isn't taking your shit serious, then you go get your daddy, the United States, to smack down on Alabama. Why don't these niggas know? What are they here for? What are they here for? Why'd they come? Why'd they come acting like they was qualified? Why did they do that? And now when it's time, right? When it's time to get it in, they can't. Why? Why? If they was here all along knowing what to do, why are they still crying about Dwight? Why they still crying? If you gonna cry, what the baby gonna do? Why they still crying? They still feel black. They don't trust grandma. They here for the wave. Not for the truth. They're here for the wave. They're here for the wave, not for the truth. They feel compelled to still run down on people and tell every single person how Indian they am, strangers, everything. Niggas done recruited everybody, ran down, told everybody, even the people that just got here in 1965. You done told them how Aboriginal they are too. Now you done fucking stole from Africans and other foreigners that don't belong here. And we don't have the same ancestors. But now you done led them on the wrong motherfucking path too. Grandma killer. You done went and got yours back, but you stole somebody else's from them by throwing your Aboriginal grandma on them. Still a mistake. A mistake. Then you cursed out every Native American and called them all $5 Indians, but these niggas is saying they Choctaw, Chickasaw, Cherokee, this, that, and the third. Then y'all let the African nigga run off with the Aniunwea, and nobody wanted to chin check, G check, or none of that shit. Niggas joined up with the Nigerian calling himself Aniunwea, like I don't got a right to fight, then get attacked when I'm protecting my fucking clan name. I'm the motherfucking Wolf Clan, nigga. We're the Wolf Clan. We're the long hair clan. We are the wild potatoes. That's in my bloodline. I can show you the families, where they moved, where they started, when they sold the land, what part of land they sold, when they moved to this spot, to that spot. Yes, yes, yes. I know that Nigerian nigga Kalinago can't do it, but niggas sure protected him. Oh, I could go back. I put it on. It's all on my fucking page. Thank God all of this shit is here. Because I was showing how I'm going in there, Colorado, and then how these niggas started trying to attack me. That was a smoke screen. That was a smoke screen. And then the nigga said he get paid to attack me. How bold. So he dry snitched on whoever's at the end of this cell, right? He dry snitched. Oh, I don't know if it's true or false, Miss Moon, but I get paid to talk shit about you and not from YouTube. Quote, unquote. Quote, end quote. You get paid. That's a conspiracy like a motherfucker. Y'all niggas is fucked up. One piece of hair harm comes to me. Y'all niggas is all getting fucked up. One fucking bit of harm. I'm gonna say, y'all might not even want to say my name too much. It definitely not without a negative connotation. Because I got proof. Fuck a conspiracy theory, nigga. This is RICO conspiracy. Title 18, cheat code. When Phoenix in beast mode. Rights of indigenous women will be used against Collaborigines. Rights of indigenous women, the first flex, gonna be on niggas, skin folk. And we still have yet to determine who they are. And then you got the fat girl with the shit in her fucking throat. You know goddamn well if her pappy ain't Dwight, her granddaddy is, grandmammy, somebody very close is Pillygram. And she talks a lot of shit. And they can't take it back. Fat bitch was crying the other night. It's almost like a boomerang happened. The same shit that they tried to do to me happened to them. I drank that bitch tears. Ooh, like a cool glass of water. And now I can't do with the Woo! First time I seen anything human come out that fucking fat bitch mouth. And I had to drink her tears. Drink it. Had to drink their tears. And now it's just gonna be tomahawks, bows and arrows out this bitch, flying around like this motherfucker. Stand back and stand down. Stand back and stand down. And wait till y'all see who that Travis Scott is connected to. Because while these niggas is sitting here talking about celebrities, some of these niggas is friends with these niggas that's friends with these niggas that's not friends to the Indian. How you feel? How you love that? Y'all niggas is good researchers by now. Y'all should be digging these motherfuckers up. Dig them up. Dig them up. Dig them up. That is absolutely it. That's absolutely it. And the good thing is, for like the way that we can expand, we have found extended family members, right? So if my mother's brothers and sisters don't want to comply, guess what? I have second cousins, I have third cousins, and we still all got the same common grandmother back at the top, right? My grandmother had nieces and nephews. Your grandparents have nieces and nephews. They still are direct bloodline. So even if you're not familiar with them, if you find them in the tree, this is why you start doing your collateral lines. This is why these dumb niggas that's calling themselves fucking chiefs and shit don't got the drop on every last name. You can't, this is how I know when a nigga lying. You can't get nobody, right? I could look at the last name and know where in the world they came from and around what time. Right? It's so real. I could be like, okay, the Pulliams was in this place from 1840 to 1870. So before that, they was in Georgia. Before they was in Georgia, they was over here in Virginia. Before they was in Virginia, in the 1620s, they left from there and moved down here by Bacon's Rebellion. Drop like that. Drop like that. Drop like that. I could tell all the people in Mississippi that came from the East Coast. I could tell what foreigners came in. A lot of them is Philippines and a lot of them is Malays, right? The Malays in the Philippines came into Louisiana in the 1750s. So when they like, who those people? Nigga, who you think they are? So even though, and I did this drop and I introduced Tayana Tejas' book, The Trans-Pacific Slave Trade ain't come from none of these niggas. That's my work, my research, right? How Asians became Indians, okay? Now that people know about the Chinos that came into Mexico, and these niggas still act like Mexico isn't attached to the United States and Canada. So you got the Afro-Indigenous Mexicans, and over the course of time, they mix in with the Chinos. And they no longer look like have 4C hair and probably as chocolatey as me. And now they've been lightening up, going into other families as they move wherever they move to. And now here they are. And these niggas, there's a $5 Indian. They ain't no Indian. They ain't no Indian. Nigga, even if they only got 1/4 of it, you don't get to steal. Now nigga want to steal somebody else's Indian to make them more Indian for theyself. Where you gonna go? Niggas made, and then they made it to where nigga gotta sit by themselves at the lunch table anyway, because they done disrupted every fucking body. And disrupted everybody. Today should be the last days. What's up, big fella? That's interesting. Today should be the last day niggas calling themselves Aborigines, unless you found your Australian people, right? Unless you found your Australian people. Or your New Zealand people. Big fella, my regular email is still messed up. But you can hit me at moon.phoenix at AOL. That's the temporary one. I'll drop the link in the chat if anybody wants to come up and chill and chop it up. Hold on, big fella. Let me put that in there for you. That is my temporary email where I can be reached at. Long story. But that is my temporary email where I can be reached at. Hold on 1 second. Okay. So that is my temporary email. I got it up there now. Definitely anybody wants to come up and join. You got any topics, hot topics in Indian country? How do you feel about the belligerent Aboriginal? Definitely pull up. This is a non-discrimination conversation, right? Definitely. How do y'all feel about the Aboriginal thing? You want to hold on to it? Or do you think it's time to throw it away because it ain't brought you no fucking fruit? Right? It ain't gonna bring you no fruit. It's cool to say, but if you putting that shit on documents, you taking yourself off the land. You might as well put black. At least they got a better idea that his ass from here. He just one of them niggas don't know who he is, but they can identify that you might at least be a U.S. citizen by black. But when you do that Aboriginal shit, make it hot. Make it hot. You make it hot for nothing. For nothing. Hold on 1 second. I will tell you right now. What state, big fella? What state are your peoples from, beloved? The gardeners. Facts. Let that shit go. I know that's right, Frida, baby. How you doing, darling? I know what you meant, man, Quarry. Louisiana. Now, those gardeners very well could have come from North and South Carolina. Let me just make sure it's not Garner and not Gardner that I'm thinking of. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Gardner, Louisiana. You know what city? You don't have any census records or anything, beloved? Big fella? Hey now, I know that's right. Frida. Salagi here, that's right. Hey, big fella, what city, beloved? Do you have any age or whatever? Just give me the approximate age. I can kind of do the rest. Okay, I'm gonna give him a second. Okay, so here with this coat of arms. Where you at, beloved? I'm gonna put this in there for you. Right, and I start with this coat of arms, and it'll start telling you who came, here. That's the coat of arms for the Gardner family, big fella. And it talks about the history. Ancient Anglo-Saxon culture of Britain, derived from a member of a family who worked as a gardener. The surname Gardner originally derived from the Old French word gardenier. It was later adopted in England after the Norman conquest of 1066. Occupational names that were derived from common trades of the medieval era transcended European cultural and linguistic boundaries. Occupational names have remained fairly common in the modern period. This is attested to by the counting appearance of occupational suffixes at the end of many English surnames. Some of these suffixes include herd, monger, maker, hewer, smith, and wright. Similarly, surnames of office, which include military, judicial, papal, and other positions of authority, were widespread throughout Europe. Those who were involved in the military or feudal armies were given names such as the English name archer, the French name chevalier, and the German name Jäger, which means hunter. Names that were derived from judicial and papal titles, such as bailiff, squire, and abbot, are still commonly seen with the same surname spelling today. So now, but and this is the cool thing, because let me just do a screen share. And the reason why I say this is cool, because when you're past your pre-colonial genealogy and you are looking at your European ancestry, this is the next step to being able, hold on a second. This is the next step to being able to do the genealogy in that regard, right? Because you'll be still related to people that never stepped foot in America. You see what I'm saying? But now this also talks about the surname Gardner was first found in Oxfordshire, where they held a family seat, and from very early times, blah, 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 right? So now they have rolls that they're on, not just Indian rolls, but they have William Gardner listed on the Curia Regis rolls of Huntingdon. In 1218, John at Gardner listed as subsidy rolls of Sussex in 1296, and Walter Le Gardner listed in the subsidy rolls of London of 1292. So those are good to be able to do your ancestry after you are done with your pre-colonial America, and it's time for you to start doing your British or European ancestry. You want to go to your coat of arms, right? Now you might get down to maybe the bottom of the 1600s here, but that ancestor that was born in the 1500s in Europe that came to Virginia, now that's your starting point. He's just the first person that came here to the United States, right? And now he is the first progenitor of this new bloodline, where your bloodline, where they married into the American Indian. But now, so that goes into the 1500s. Now you go to the family crest, and it'll start at about 1000, and you work your way backwards to the descendants that you stopped at in the 1500s, right? So from us, it's different, because you go from yourself forward, backwards, right? Myself, my mother, mother and father, their mothers and their parents, both sides, so on, so on, so on, and so on. When you get to the 1500s, to the people that were here, that came here in the 1600s and married into our American Indians, you then stop there and go to the crest and see all of the variations, right? French, English, they all can walk next door to each other. So one minute you see them Gardner, Anglo-Saxon, English name, then you see the Le, like Pepe Le Pew. So you see the French tribal association, because those are tribes. Saxons, Anglos, those are tribes. The Britons are tribes, right? Those are tribes. They may not be American Indian tribes, but then again, they're really close to Greenland, and Greenland's a part of America, and it looks like they can swim or walk across something to get to Greenland. They might can't just swim across the Atlantic and come to America, but they can go to Greenland. And niggas don't even know if they have any Greenland ancestors. Might want to check. Might want to check. Grambling, hey. The Garners. So the Garners are absolutely North Carolina. Margaret Garner is the lady that I was just talking about a couple weeks ago. That is where the story of the movie Beloved came from. Yeah. Your homegirl Sun Owl was the naked pregnant lady in Beloved. Did y'all know that? I know y'all didn't, because y'all don't know who y'all fucking with. Woo-wee. Anywho, yeah, it's a lot of shit y'all don't know. But those Garners, Margaret Garner is where she was married to Robert Garner. Her real name, her maiden name was Gaines. But she married the Garners from North Carolina that migrated into Kentucky. So yes, there's going to be a treasure trove of history that would originate in the East Coast, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and then a migration to Louisiana, Mississippi. And that's going to be the Red Bones. And if you look on those manifests, a lot of them are moving from Virginia to Louisiana on those ships. And you can see William Foster, which is a very big Cherokee name, and he owned the boats. Look who owned the boats. The fucking, not Cherokee, the Choctaw man owned the boats. Right? Do they forget that the Indians had tolls? We had, ferries and all types of stuff. So, yep. And also, y'all better protect y'all 5 civilized tribes freedmen too. Because these niggas is stealing them too. Trying to steal from them too. Mm-hmm. Neglecting themselves, neglecting the law, neglecting, what it is that they're going to need to get to the next level. But in the interim, as it stands, it looks like they're just here to stop the Indian from getting to the next level. That's pretty much what they're here for. Because there's really, unlike the Black Panthers, unlike, all these other things that didn't work for so-called Black people, this is the reason why it didn't work, because they wasn't Black. They was Indian. So there's really nothing they can do except get you to forfeit your shit. This is what they was able to do to our grandfathers. If they can get your grandfather caught in a felony, he would forfeit his shit. So Dwight didn't take it. Wouldn't it suck to be blaming white people all day for every fucking thing? And then to come to find out your granddaddy lost his 10,000 acres because his cousin was jealous? And now niggas just built up all this fucking energy and shit towards somebody that didn't do nothing to them. That's fucked up. What's up, Arawalkin? How you doing? It would also give niggas another way to scheme. I am really upset at the lack of genealogy that was done in the Caribbean. And I'm going to be honest, when I first came through and I met Doc Man, I really thought that was something that was going to be done. Yeah. I did the constitutions and broke shit down, but I kind of really had to worry about my own tribe. You know what I'm saying? I put the information out there, but I see that they kind of like left the yards folks in the dust type shit. I don't really like that shit. I don't really like that. And the main thing is that Constitution. Jamaica Constitution got to go. But I've never seen any. Iraq has a better fucking Constitution. Iran, Qatar has a better Constitution than Jamaica, and Puerto Rico is disgusting too. And Puerto Rico is just too modern and new to be so fucking oppressive. I think we should go over that again. I don't really know, and I know there's still an issue with Parliament. That shit is weird. It's a lot of stuff. And let me tell you what I found. And I had sent it to Darkman. They blocked my IP address. They blocked his. We was only able to open the shit one time. I found their laws codified. Now go ahead, 5 years later, I can't find this shit no more. They blocked me from the IP address. So he actually called somebody in Jamaica to actually, the Jamaican server to look it up, and they blocked them too. So that's something they don't want. They don't want. That's something they don't want. And that shit tripped me out. And I'll be honest, I kind of really didn't go back to it. Right. And when I get a chance, if I come across it in somebody's research that I'm doing, I'll definitely put the catalogs and stuff out there so people will know that they're available. Family search is going to be the best thing. Right. Especially in the Caribbean. Family search is going to be the best thing because of the reach that you'll be able to expand on without having to pay. Ancestry, you have to have the World Edition. Also, not only do you need a family search account, but I keep telling people you need an LDS account. You might, before, I don't know how they do it now, but before, you just lie and say, oh, I'm the church member or whatever here. And, you tell them the member number, the church number. It's not like they fucking checking to see if you really go. I don't know, the Latter-day Saints fucking Temple Church 155, whatever, as close as out here to New York, and get the Latter-day Saints account. When they stop doing this bullshit with these, they only doing it crazy here. It's not really like that everywhere else, because from my understanding, a lot of other people's archives are open. So Family Search offers the Family History Center. So the Family History Center is really where you're going to get the bulk of the information. The things that you can't see on Ancestry, the things that you can't see on Family Search are going to be in the Family History Center. So it's also good if you do the LDS account from a completely different email than your regular Family Search account. Yep. So, all ain't lost though. All is not lost. I know it is bad, but all is not lost. You know what I'm saying? But it got to be a little at a time. You know what they tell people on the airplane? Put your mask on first. Save yourself first before you go try to help everybody else. That's pretty much what we got to do. But the thing is, if everybody is in the best interest of saving themselves, then that means simultaneously we're all doing the same thing. And then at that point, we'd be able to connect the dots and, kind of knock these fucking outsiders down like dominoes and shit, So, and I do know they might owe some money too. Like the crazy thing is, like, I don't think people realize Turks and Caicos is a part of Jamaica. Jamaica owns the territory of Turks and Caicos. So it's just like, even all of the tourist money and stuff like that, there's still supposed to be some things that get meted out. If you look in that Constitution, Jamaica has a king or a queen still. That's not the British queen. On that island somewhere is a royal bloodline. Yes, there is. Maybe they couldn't act out because of the attachment still to England or whatever, but Some deep about that according to their constitution. I definitely saw that. What's up, Simple Man? You know what I'm saying? What's up, Burnish Brass? How you doing, beloved? So you definitely got to figure out Turks owned by Canada. It's not impossible, JB. There are Turks that was here, and the Turks are in the King James Charter, the King Charles Charters. They name Turks and they name Moors. And when they're speaking to them, they're talking about the Lascars, not the Moroccans. Lascars, right? That's who rolled around with the Turks and the Arabs and shit like that also. The Sultans and what have you. So I definitely, I don't know about them owning Canada though. Oh, they're saying Turks and Caicos is owned by Canada. Nah, that's owned by Jamaica. That's a problem too, Mackinson. That's a problem that a lot of them did deny the British, Scott, Irish heritage. And there's a lot of white Jews that were sent there too. And a lot of them were slaves too. And they came in through Port Royal. That was like the side where they brought definitely the Irish slaves. Now, here's the thing. Even when you see, hold on, let me pull it up. Hold on. Okay, let me pull this up right here so you can see. And guys, this database, it just always gets better. I was just cracking up because I still have screenshots from 2015 with the old background and the old interface. Now the pan skillets, they're running out of shit. They're running out of shit. Right? So I'll put that back there. Let me do this. And then I got a video I'm going to show before I move on now. Hold on one second. Honey. This up. Yeah, here you go. Okay, hold on one second. Okay. All right. So here it is. Transatlantic. This, they constantly keep updating. So this is so dope. The way that they're doing it now. Now they are running out of lies to tell. Okay. Running out of lies to tell. So now here you have where they talk about the principal place of purchase, principal place of slave landing. So now you know where they landed, where they came from, and who the captain is. Now you can know who the captain of these ships are. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, so you get to see the captains or whatsoever and blah, blah, blah. Barbados, port unspecified, principal place of slave landing in Barbados, British Leeward Islands, Havana, Cuba. So most of the people, Jamaica and Cuba, always had exchanges. But look at the amounts of people. It's not that serious. Well, let me not say that. Every soul is serious. 40 people, 16, 30, 8 people, 15, 147 under William Blackburn. Andrew Bassett bought 10 people. Yeah, so you're able to see what it's hitting for. Here go your ship names, right? So if you see these ship names, you can then track them down. Also, hold on 1 second. Let's see. Here in Ancestry, I'm going to show y'all another little trick. Let me show y'all another little trick. Yes, Nicaragua, I am familiar with the mosquitoes. The mosquitoes was busting ass for a very long time. And I need to show y'all these. One day I'm going to do this drop with the Arawaks, the articles that I found talking about the last Arawak speaking people predominantly were in Guyana. And there was actually a king there as well. And this is in early 1900s too. So it was pretty interesting. Thing on Ancestry too. Hold on a second. Card catalog. Okay. So this is, I think it's here. Hold on 1 second. And this is really cool. You could do this right through Ancestry, math functions and shit. Boom. Here you go. So you go through your card catalog and filter by category, right? Immigration and immigration. Immigration with an I and immigration with an E, right? And you get to look different border crossings and passports, citizenship records. Now, sometimes you will see citizenship records for your American Indian ancestor because Indians were not citizens. I think like their first real attachment to citizenship was under the Dancing Rabbit Creek Treaty that offered them to have dual citizenship. So a lot of other people didn't get it until 1924 or sometime in between or after, right? Citizenship records, crew lists, immigration and immigration books, passenger lists, ships and pictures. So now you have 1904 to 1970. That's fairly recent. 1897 to 1985. Those naturalization records and the people that came in through Palm Beach County, Florida. Naturalization records, 1823. Ireland Irish immigration list from 1833 to 1839. Missouri County Naturalization records from 1883. Ohio U.S. Southern District Index 1852 to 1991. Uintah County, Utah, U.S. Naturalization and Citizenship. So 1888 to 1929. Toole County, Utah, their records start at 1855 to 1956. So you got 101 years of whatever the hell happened over there. Ireland crew list and shipping agreements, 1863. Judith Basin County, U.S. records, 1887 to 2012. Ontario, Canada, North Dakota. These are all points of entry where people were getting naturalized to be U.S. citizens. Italians to America passenger data file, right? And look, this is a really big fucking bunch of files here. It's almost 1 million files here on the Italians to America. So you also want to look at how many records do they have. Now you see they're listing these 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 as new categories that are posted here. Right? I told you guys that they were going to be uploading different records, so you will see these different categories. But I guess if these Collaborigines keep pissing everybody off, they might just burn shit and say, fuck it. Right? You definitely don't want that shit. Definitely don't. But these card catalogs are really dope. They hold a lot of value. See, I think people with the ancestry, you get frustrated because you've just been looking at census records, and that becomes very dry and monotonous sometimes, right? And appears a little difficult to be able to make some, to break ground and shit like that. So, hold on a second. So yeah, I know how that can go. But I'll tell you what, there's a whole bunch of these here. So now look, even more new records. Delaware, Naturalization Records, West Virginia, Samoa. They never had the Samoa. So now you know they'll have the people from Fiji and Guam and those other places, which is really cool. Because they're expanding the databases, and that means better for everybody. So this is also dope. This one right here, a lot of grandpas got sick when they went there and never came back, or they done found them another bride in Cuba and Jamaica and they ain't come back. U.S. Panama Canal Zone employment records and sailing lists. This shows a lot of grandfathers that went to the Panama Canal. Okay, and it has their nationality. So now, because a lot of people from the Caribbean and from the United States, from the Americas period, traveled into Cuba for these jobs, some of the information is going to be, in there, right? It's not impossible. But when you have the frustration of the actual census records trying to go person to person to person, you got to look at other things. And those other things are in some of these catalogs, and you randomly go and search for what it is that you need based off of what may be appropriate in the catalog to do so. Right? So if you're looking for your 7th grade grandmother and they weren't here, your 7th grade grandfather, he was in Panama working, you're not going to find him. You'll find him here in one of these card catalogs though. Right? So now they tell you what the record descriptions are: metal check, issue, card request, and this box 1, and this is however many. So looks, this one here is from like 1930 to 1937. Then you have box 2, box 3, and box 4. So all of these records in these particular, oh no, look, it goes down. So there's more. Okay. All right. So now there's a bunch more records, right? 19 boxes, photo metal containers, applications, right? So there's plenty of other things to look at. Sweden immigration records, Gibraltar World War II evacuee embarkation records. Free access, Africa, Asia, and Europe passenger list of displaced persons. And this is when they still had the jaywalking or blackbirding, excuse me, and they were still smuggling in people into different places. Free access, Asia, Europe. So these are going to be, and these records are translated. It's telling you that they're in German. So you may need another tab to Google Translate. Nova Scotia Black Loyalist Directory. This is a very important category, especially for people of Jamaican or Canadian ancestry. This is an important catalog. Right? And then you have the Nova Scotia Canada Census, Assessment, and Poll Tax Records. Yep. So that's that. And let me get another. Okay, so what was that? Panama Canal. UK registers. Again, this is an updated one. Germany citizen list, 1400 to 1915. That is a very, very large span of time to cover. So that means through all of the transitions through Europe, from going from Britain to England, from what was it called? Not Al Maghrib to Spain, to Andalus, whatever, to Spain, to France, being Normandy and Burgundy and whatever, right? These are going to be, that covers a lot of fucking area. That covers a lot of that time. So even though you may think your ancestor from the 1400s is British, you can still find them in this category for the Germans from 1400 to 1915, right? This catalog we've done before: St. Croix, Danish West Indies, Denmark enslaved records of free people, and this is from 1779 to 1921. In that catalog, you end up seeing people that were getting hurricane relief. The free people of color were getting hurricane relief. So they were getting like, I don't want to say welfare, but they were getting like stipends to rebuild or to replenish whatever it was that got jacked up during the hurricane. Right? So, Russians to America passenger data file. Let me see. Okay, so it doesn't really give an age or a time frame. Montana, 1867. Jersey, New Jersey, alien registration cards. South Australia, people got sent to Australia, especially British subjects. Minnesota, naturalization, New Jersey, North Dakota, Northern District, Illinois, Rio de Janeiro, and those are in Portuguese. Hawaii, certificate of identification for Chinese arrivals. So this is a good category for the original Hawaiians to be able to identify, their Chinese ancestry, right, as well. Because there was a lot of Japanese, Chinese. There's just Asian admixture period with those particular groups of Polynesian families. Now, a denizen is a natural-born citizen. That is also could be a Native American, right? A natural-born subject or citizen. So Hawaii U.S. denizen records, these are the people of Hawaii. Right? The Kingdom of Hawaii existed as an independent nation from 1795 to 1898. It was formed when the independent islands of Hawaii, Oahu, Maui, Molokai, Lanai unified into one government. The remaining islands, Kauai, and Niahu, joined the kingdom in 1810. Initially, the Kingdom of Hawaii was a monarchy. Two dynastic families ruled over the island nation: the House of Kamehameha and the Kalakua dynasty. So Kamehameha was 1795 to 1872, and the Kalakua dynasty from 1874 to 1893. So you could tell that was the last of the Kangs over there. The Kingdom of Hawaii became a constitutional monarchy in 1840, then briefly became the Republic of Hawaii after ruling dynasty was overthrown in 1893. It was annexed as a territory of the United States 1898 and became the 50th state of the U.S. in 1959. This collection consists of denization records from the Kingdom of Hawaii. Applications were made by handwritten letter until 1895, when the use of pre-printed application forms began. Denization, a process used to grant status to similar to permanent residency, gave rights to denizens, residents, that were normally only available to full citizens, such as the right to own land. Details available on these records but may include the following: name, age, occupation, place of origin, arrival date, and record residence date. So that's the interesting new category that's there. Salem and Beverly Coolest. Okay, that's you'll see a lot of people, especially if you have Virginia and North Carolina and South Carolina Navy ancestry. The naval men will be in this catalog, especially during post-Revolutionary War, when the British had not too long to get the hell out to the United States. Okay, so now here's another one. But the shipping, this is just shipping and immigration and stuff like that. So you will still be able to see ship import pictures, passenger list, immigration crew list, citizenship records. All of these things are going to be included in a lot of these. Right? Hawaii arriving and departing. So now you have Hawaii arriving and departing passenger list. So this is from 1843, right after they went from, the ruling family into a constitution. They went into a constitution in 1840, it said. The other catalog said. So by 1843, you got people coming and going. The other one was just the people coming in. Now this one says special rights of citizenship. And this is after the collapse of the last monarchy in Hawaii. So you can tell at this point, this is where a lot of the shifting comes with, the United States and whoever else being a bully in their way. This one I'm completely familiar with. Immigrants in bondage. This is how you see the transportation, who gets kicked out of Europe and sent over here. This is where you find it. I've shown this before, but this is where you find it. 1614 to 1775. Right. Immigrants in bondage. Chester County, Pennsylvania. Naturalization Records. Lots of Germans came in through there. So when these Aborigines, they be claiming all this stuff, and they straight up got other ancestors that they're not telling the truth about in their family. They act like they is just the straight up purest of the pure. And that shit is crazy. Connecticut, Naturalization Records, 1790. We got Rhode Island, Colorado, Indiana, Wisconsin, Utah, Vermont. Now, in Vermont is going to have naturalization records because there's going to be, you had different parts that were attached to Canada at the time before the imaginary borders and stuff like that. Maryland Naturalization Records, Illinois, 1856. Oshkosh area. And that's another thing. How come these people don't have any of these other relations to the Wabash, the Kickapoo? They ain't no Shawnees. See, what's going to happen is, and I told people this, the window is going to get fucking small because we know who's who. And if we know by being genealogists, what do you think Dwight and them know? They know who's who. So when the Collaborigines got everybody hating on light-skinned people or want them to throw their mulatto baby away or some shit like that, where do they think they're going with that? Where do they think they're going with that? Right? It's weird as hell. Where do they think they're going with that? And they act like they don't have not one bit of outside of an Indian ancestor. And that's a lie. We know they're not doing the genealogy because we know that's a fucking lie. They acting like they even see no European names. And we know that's a lie. Even if the Europeans fresh off the boat look like this, we know they got them in their family that married into the Indian that look like this. What are they talking about? Why are they stashing that motherfucking... Why are they stashing that one? And that's the one that shows them who the hell tribe they belong to. Especially if they were disbanded prior to the Trail of Tears or perhaps even after. So, but that's that though. I ain't gonna hold you too long. I'm gonna get the fuck from around, right? Go and enjoy the rest of my evening. Getting tired right before I get to Forrest Whitaker and I when I get all sleepy and shit. Yeah, that's that. That is that. Blue Mountains area in Ontario, Canada. Let me see. Hold on one second. Blue Mountains area. What? Ontario. Okay, I know it. This is also what you can do too. Hold on. Okay. Let me see. See if there's anything. Okay, so nothing for blue. Let's just see what Canada has. Okay, boom. All right. Did I share it? Oh, you got it here. Okay. So I just put in title for Canada. Ontario Immigration Index. And hugs and kisses to you too, Burnish Brass. Canada, U.S. Dutch immigrants, Nova Scotia Black loyalists. There it goes again. Approved Orders Council, 1929. Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada crewless. Canada British vessel, 1881. Seafarers of the Atlantic provinces, a lot of those Navy men, right? 1789 to 1935. Canada St. Lawrence steamboat. Now, St. Lawrence is also of St. Lawrence Regis is an Indian tribe and a reservation, and they are right at the Great Lakes, but at the border, into going into Canada. A very familiar territory, but a lot of people don't talk much about it. Again, it goes into finding out who these ancestors are. Don't worry about suspecting whether or not they white or not. First of all, just make sure they're your grandma or grandpa, and you straighten out the rest after that. But running from them is definitely not going to give you any answers, and it's going to close doors on some of the answers that you did do, because you can't omit the truth, you can't hide the truth. You have to put it in, make it plain, right? That's what Burnish Brass say. Make it plain. You have to do that. Your livelihood and your 7 generations is contingent upon that. So if your 7 generations, if that's what you're here for, to make the conditions better, then my suggestion is you be around the people that can get you to the stuff that you need to get, right? But still, in the interim of all of this, fuck with the family. It's got to be somebody. Right? But it's dangerous. And people are getting fucked up out here. And they've been around. And not only, maybe nothing's really happened to them, but nothing's happened for them because they're in a place where they can't thrive. Especially if they have that low frequency vibration, right? Where you got niggas sitting there just trying to, you know what they do. And they'll do anything for clout, to where it doesn't matter how ugly they're acting, how nasty and, disgusting and trifling that they may appear. They will get down and dirty to cover up their dirt. But I know for a fact, motherfuckers been conspiring, and that is an absolute truth. Then they can take that how they want to. I know they probably send their little trolls over, but keep in mind that Title 18. That is what y'all committed. And you want to know what the 4 elements of a crime is in the United States? Did not teach this back to 2015, 16. Damaged property, injured party, fraud, or conspiracy. And I think niggas is guilty of at least 3 out of 4 of them motherfuckers. Facts. So they got a lot of different Canadian records here. So this is cool. Even some more recent, pre-examined, British Columbia, Canada. They got heavy drugs out there. British Columbia is on the West Coast, the Washington state border. It has its beautiful places there, but that shit is fucked up. You just don't expect Canada to be so fucked up over there. Chief Hummingbird, if I was able to do that, but life just ain't that. It ain't that no more. I would love to be able to be consistent, but my uncle got cancer. My family is always first, right? My shit is always first. Not that I don't love being here with y'all, but I got life going on. My shit, this ain't always, you know what I'm saying? Ain't in the cards for me. It just ain't. Let me see. Even if I do like a short pre-recorded, I could probably do that, but I don't think I could go live every week. And sometimes I'm just exhausted. Like real life kicks ass. And I don't have it in me. I don't like coming here if I don't got the vibes to make sure that, leave people strong with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'll definitely try. Big fella, birth certificates got implemented in 1850s, right? But they didn't really start making people get them until like the 1910s and 20s. So you'll see where they have the delayed birth certificates. That's what they're called. But what you could do is look at, there's a file called Mississippi Educable Children. And that file has kids that went away to school. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of them are Indian boarding schools, right? That they may have had to provide via the treaty. I think there was a Pontiac Treaty. And that was in the 1840s in Chickasaw Territory, Mississippi, which is now Sheridan, Mississippi, I believe it is, Tishomingo State Park. In those areas, there's certain people attached to that. So they moved around, and then after they ceded those lands, guess what? They end up having to move again. And then there was another migration period with those same people that may have started out in Virginia, North and South Carolina, and Georgia, and ended up on that pipeline from the East Coast into the Mississippi, Louisiana territory. And then, of course, another migration from the Mississippi, Louisiana territory. A lot of people from Louisiana went to California or Texas, or even came back this way and went to Georgia and Alabama. And then you have the people from Mississippi that went up to Chicago, up to Wisconsin, up to Detroit, right? Which was still all French territory. Detroit was like a separate colony before it became a city in Michigan. Keep in mind, some of these counties were just the colony itself. Yeah. And they may have been, so you could have, let's say, Peoria County is owned by Denmark and Cook County is owned by the British, even though they're both in Illinois. So there's a lot of little tricky things or whatever, but I'm going to just tell you, energy-wise, just keep your supplications to the ancestors. Stay healthy, because you got to stay healthy. If you're going around these low life vibration motherfuckers, that shit brings your quality of life down, right? And it definitely makes the ancestors not want to connect with you. You know what I'm saying? So my suggestion is save your tears for tear time and save your own ass for your own ass whipping, right? Because ain't nobody going to make you, more emotional about this shit than family. So I would say spend more time strategizing how to get family to do what it is that you need them to do. These motherfuckers, us motherfuckers online, ain't that goddamn important. You got to spend some heavy time and be in the right state of mind to make sure that you can convert your family to respect and trust grandma and grandpa. They are by far the hardest fucking people to get to. It is not the white man. It is the fucking family. And these other Collaborigines will get in the fucking middle of that. And they'll fuck up any relationship that you can have to get a conversation with the white. And they'll fuck it up with you and your family too, just to have a commonality. So for the people that have the tangible bloodline Indians, you in particular, you better be careful. Maybe help some of the people that are trying to develop a way that works for them so that they can gain their understanding, right? But at the same time, you got to protect your neck, because at the end of the day, the Collaborigines, they only want what the Indians got, right? Don't go off half-cocked. Don't go soliciting no fucking courthouses telling them they got shit for you if you ain't got the proof that they got it. Have your shit so tight, right? You don't need all the rest of us, because I'm not calling y'all when it comes time for my grandma shit, because I don't owe y'all a slice of none of my shit that my grandma got. That shit got to go to my cousins and all descendants and all that other stuff, right? So even looking at those types of things, you kind of got to make you scratch your head a little bit, right? Different tribes can do collaborations and get things together. In fact, that's exactly what it is that they need to do. But what kind of tribes are you going to be in allegiance with? Hopefully, it's the kind that comply with the law and not afraid to challenge the law, but knowing what they're talking about in a non-belligerent, non-Aboriginal way. Because there's shit here to help the Indian that Black people will always miss because they think Black, right? They think Black. They move Black. What I mean by that is the spirit of defeatism, right? The spirit of defeatism. And then putting all the eggs in one basket when there's so many other eggs that you could have planted in other places in case you fell down a hill. Now the whole basket of eggs is broke. So, you know what it is. Take care of yourselves and definitely take care of each other. It's always a pleasure to have y'all around to pull up. I know it's twice in 1 week. I'm definitely trying to, be able to pull up a little more. But, man, listen, sometimes it just don't work like that. It definitely don't. It don't work like that as much as I would like it to. Let me see something. I think that is it. But anybody got any questions or whatever? To connect back, I definitely get that. You know what? It was crazy because when I was in Bahamas, I was actually trying to get to the archives, but it was I think we got there on a Saturday, so I would have had to wait till Monday. But by Monday, we was leaving to go to like Turks and Caicos and shit, so I never even got a chance to hit those archives in Bahamas. But a lot of the records too are going to be in England, especially for Jamaica. The French territories, of course, like Martinique, most of their shit is going to be in Dutch or French, right? Even Jamaica's gonna have some Spanish records. I never hear people talk about the Spanish records. You got Spanish Town, you got some Spanish things going on there, which also might be the descendants of the so-called Moors that got kicked out, right? Because whoever was the British subjects, that's who had to go. When Britain lost here in the United States, they had to take their subjects, and everybody that said, fuck George Washington, I'm going to, hang out with my man Cornwallis, them motherfuckers had to go. And if Canada rejected them, then they had to go back to London. And then London said, damn, we spent 100 and some years kicking these other motherfuckers out. Y'all got to go. Some people got to choose. Again, in this catalog right here, though, this is where you're going to see them. 2 catalogs, Nova Scotia, Canada, Black Loyalist Directory. That one, and hold on a second. That one, let me see, hold on. Here we go. No. Oh, shit. I needed that. Hold on 1 second. Search card catalog. Okay, where did it go? This is Delaware. No. wills and probate. UK. So you want to look at UK records, removal of graves and tombstones. Even though it says United Kingdom, there's still going to be records for all of the territories. Now, those archives, they're very, very stingy with the British archives. Very stingy. Like when you look, but there's a lot of loose papers that's also good because it gives you clues. So when they say Palatines and you see the word Palatine is a word for, I'm going to assume it's a dark-skinned German slave. Definitely a German slave, but I figure they may be dark-skinned or something like that because what they had against them, that they really wanted to get them out versus the other, people of German descent, such as the Hessians and those people. So definitely, I would look in those UK catalogs, right? Especially in antiquity. So now the Nova Scotia, that might not have been their final place, right? That wouldn't have been their final place. So if they're part of the British subject, the British throne, then they would have been in these other places. But the regiments, the Jamaican regiments, was sent in a bunch of different variations, skirmishes and stuff all over the world. Because after the Revolutionary War, they still kept growing, right, and going into different branches of service. They volunteered. Look up there. The Jamaicans go volunteer to go fight the Akans. They went to Ghana to go bust ass. 100 of them. They was trying to round up troops, and this is in the 1900s. They were looking to round up troops, and you had 100. The first people to volunteer was was the people from Jamaica. Volunteer. So, and these are your Jamaica regiments. So sometimes those loose papers, if you hear like the when I was reading about the Palatines in Jamaica, it was really just military letters from the the head dude under the king to his viceroy or whatever general and shit like that. But those papers had different drop in it, and it was very, very helpful. And once you kind of acquire that and you learn how to look for things, nobody can lie. Nobody can lie. They can't lie on you, and they can't lie on themselves either. Can't lie on themselves either. So, do they speak it recently? Because I don't think that was their main language. I don't think that was their main language. That might be new. It definitely might be new. And worth looking into. That's a drop in itself. That's a drop in itself. Why wouldn't the Maroons speak Arawak? So they did some colonization with that too. They definitely had to do some colonizing too. They moved people from one spot to another and, blend them in with the people. Right? That's exactly what they do. They do still speak it. That's dope. Because that should be their primary language. That should be their primary language. Right? And then the distinction too with the Caribbean, you figure out who is who because they calling some people Caribs. And they tend to be very specific. The Caribs, right? So when it comes down to that kind of antiquity, you don't want to confuse it. So if they was calling the people on this side of the island, on let's say, because there's two sides. I can't never remember the other dude's name, and I only remember Cujo because Cujo had the baddest ass treaty I ever seen in my life. It was like if they want to call it a treaty, they could call it a treaty. But I know goddamn well them pilgrims was scared of that fucking man. And he basically said, all right, we're going to stop killing y'all white people. But if one of y'all fuck with any one of us for any reason, we're going to destroy y'all, murder y'all, kill y'all. We're going to kill the dog too. Like you got to... Cujo wasn't playing. So... and then you have a whole nother chief on the other side of the island. Again, he had a treaty too, but I don't remember his name because Cujo's treaty was just like, wow, he told them pilgrims off. I guess he told them, and he did, and he did. There was another one. Damn it. And this is we just passed it, I think. Florida War Navy roster. Huh. Well, again, you have UK military records of baptism, confirmations, marriages, and burials, right? So this might be a good one too, because it's from 1813. This collection contains registrations of baptism, confirmations, marriages, bands, and burials for individuals who served in the British military, including those stationed overseas. So that's definitely going to be, one of the card catalogs that you should look in. Definitely. Tariq Nasheed. I think Tariq Nasheed is out of his tree. He got very skewed information. It's very invasive. He don't live there. And if he didn't consult with the people that are actually there, he didn't go and consult with the elders or any of the people from the universities that have been doing this for their work. I don't think it's a good idea. Tariq got that whole 1804 kind of fucked up, because I know damn well they didn't tell people that they fought in the Revolutionary War and got sent there. But then again, that also still is a connection to this shit that they call in Boule. But these is the niggas that's involved in mismatching the story, right? And they've always told it wrong. The white people wrote this shit down, and the niggas told the lies about who we were. Let's keep it real. And white people only reinforced it. Because I have never in my life been told to go back to Africa by no pilgrim. Ever. Because they know. So what I do know is there's got to be some accountability. Tariq Nasheed is way too comfortable because he know ain't nothing going to happen to him. He was a pimp, right? He was a mink slide pimp. And now he in here acting like some fucking scholar and shit. He's just a new hustle. But niggas never punched him in the face for being a pimp. And now he pimping for real. So he was okay when he was a pimp, right? But now we got a reason to look at him objectively aside from that, and starts with the fact that he was a pimp and had no business being around or accepted in the first place. So what he's doing now doesn't move me at all, especially he mooching off our shit. And the more these niggas attack and find reasons to attack them, there's more shit that they're going to be looking around for us to steal from. So they do. And half these niggas is working with him anyway. Let's keep that real. Let's keep that real. But whatever. I'm just be worried about the Indian. They can't keep fucking around. They can't keep fucking around. But everybody has their responsibility to find a family. And I know one thing, it's motherfuckers getting neglected if they spending 10 and 20 hours fucking around talking shit about us. Niggas, you ain't taking your kids to school. It's a lot of shit motherfuckers ain't doing when they're doing that. You know? So just stay true to what you're saying, what you feel about grandma. Sometimes you might have to just use one. Stay on one line. If you're closest to your mother's family, and you grew up, the ones that you knew you've been around all the time, go up mommy and dad's, your mother's mother and father's line, and stay there. Don't go to dad yet. Go as far as you can go on that line that you grew up with. When you feel like you've hit a wall there and you need to take a break, that's when you go to dad's line. So you could take a break from that and, start up that line. But don't go too far. Don't go dad's line ahead of mom's, because you might start seeing them overlap, because the tribes kind of married into each other, third, fourth cousins. So you might see Jones and Jones. You might see Khan and Khan, and not think that, I can't find mother's last name. No, nigga, that's her last name. She's the fifth cousin, but they don't have the maternal. She's the fifth cousin through a uncle or something like that married two sisters, right? Shit like that. So it's definitely best to do one side first so you don't get confused. You gather all your intel, and put it down. And then these records, catalog them, download them, right? Don't just screenshot the face card. You got to look at what the actual record says. Inspect it yourself. Sometimes these shits right here, they're wrong. Hold on one second. Sometimes these shits right here are fucking wrong. Let me me see. Oh, wait. Oh, here go the other category too. I'm going to drop it here in the thing for you in the chat. And this is former British colonial dependencies. All right, this is from there you go. That catalog is going to have information in it. And it's from 1813 to 1834. So sometimes you might have to do a little sleuthing with that, right? Especially my Caribbean brothers and sisters. And the reason why I say, because if they came here to fight, after 1815 was probably when they had to go. It's not like they had to leave exactly after 1777, the Declaration of Independence, and the United States kicks Britain's ass. It took a while because British still had territories that they had to scrap with. Remember, especially keep in mind, there's places that's not even included into the United States yet, such as Texas, such as that. So that was still Mexico. Right? The Louisiana Purchase was acquired before the War of 1812, and Britain was still here because they was fighting with France here. So definitely that's a good catalog for you to check. You're welcome, good brother. You're welcome, big fella. Chief Hummingbird, that's a good catalog right there. So sometimes it's just I guess the way they want you to look at things, that is the confusing part. But you are way smarter. If you are here, honey, you are way smarter than they thought you were. And you're here for a reason. Right? You're here for a reason. Like I said, the most important thing is to stay healthy. Because if you're the only warrior or the only chief in the family, and that means you gotta be in good shape to last as long as you can. Right? Facts. It's definitely facts. So I'm going to go now. It was great speaking with y'all. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Yo, just be really fucking careful, man. Just be really, really careful. And I'm saying so because there's a conspiracy that tried to take place, and there's definitely going to be some fucking consequences and repercussions. So I don't want y'all caught up. I don't believe everybody is a part of the shit, but I know the motherfuckers that did, and so won't the goddamn people that need to know. Right? Because if this was some white people doing this shit to me, I would be able to get some justice. I'm not going to exclude these other motherfuckers that grief me, oppress me, or cause me any pain, or try to bring me any injury or harm. I'm not going to do it. There's not a motherfucker here, online or offline, that can make me forgive these niggas for trying to smoke my boots right here in front of everybody. I'm not going to do it. Don't you fucking suggest that I do. I'm going to cuss you out, and I'll never fuck with you neither. Because your mind ain't right neither. Right? Especially when I jump on the nigga back and hit him with the bag of nickels when he's trying to take your fucking purse. But there was no reciprocity. So I'm not putting myself out there to get my ass kicked, jumped, hurt, or none of that. I put a lot of money into this shit, a lot of fucking time, a lot of sacrifice, and no, not with these motherfuckers. I will not cast any pearls to swine ever again. That's facts. But I love y'all. Y'all stay cool. Don't give up. Sometimes play music. Like if you got a grandmother from 1920, you might have to go and pull out something from the 1920s that was popular there and channel that energy, right? What's their favorite food, right? Set up an altar. Maybe grandma like Red Stripe. I love Red Stripe beer. Set up some Red Stripe beer, right? Some callaloo. Make a little dish of callaloo and sit that there and talk to granny. See if they want to communicate with you. We've been everywhere but with them. So I wouldn't just, we've been everywhere but them. We got to make them feel like they can, we can get the shit done. Some of them never had no rest because we never said their names. Facts. So that's that. Y'all beautiful ones. Y'all be good. Y'all take care of yourselves. Try and take care of each other, Yeah, be good to yourself. I'll catch up with y'all soon. Chipisa la chique.